is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey there, good morning, sports fans, and good morning, Missouri. This is Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, coming to you live Pizza Ranch studio on the Missouri Sports Network. MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, the Bank of Billings, Burgess and Associates, Doak Propane, Central Bank, and Liuna Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri, and Building Missouri State. And reminding us to drive safely in all work zones. Hey, those folks want to go home to their families as well. Before we get started today, I wanted to encourage you to go to our website at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter at Scoreboard Guy and at Missouri_sports. And visit our Facebook page and YouTube page and like us and follow us there as well. And help us get to 10 million impressions before our second birthday here on July the 1st. And now, on this day in history, brought to you by Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. May the 17th is the 137th day of the year. There are 228 days remaining until the end of 2023. And on this date, in 1756, the 7 Years' War formally begins when Great Britain declares war on France. What became known as the 7 Years' War had roots in colonial America and conflicts between Great Britain and France in 1754 when the British sought to expand their territory claimed by the French in North America. The war became to be known as the French and Indian War, with both the French and the British and their respective Native American allies fighting for control of territory. Hostilities were heightened when a joint British and Native American force, led then by 22-year-old Lieutenant Colonel George Washington, ambushed a French small force at the Battle of Jumonville, Milan, on the 28th of May, 1754. The conflict exploded across colonial boundaries and extended to Britain's seizure of hundreds of French merchant ships at sea. This was described as Washington's role therein. The volley fired by that young Virginian in the backwoods of America that set the world on fire. Also on this date, 1900, the children's novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum is first published in the United States, and the first copy is given to the author's younger sister. In 1954, the United States Supreme Court hands down a unanimous decision in Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas, outlawing racial segregation in public schools. In 1967, the Six-Day War, President Nasser of Egypt demands dismantling of the peacekeeping United Nations emergency force in Egypt. And in 1973, the Watergate scandal came to television as hearings began in the United States Senate. On this date in sports history, 1925, Cleveland Indian Chris Speaker picks up his 3,000th hit. In 1939, the first televised baseball game is broadcast on NBC out of the Ivy League, with Princeton defeating Columbia 2-1. In 1959, Sam Snead sets a PGA record for 36 holes at 122 strokes. And on this date, 1970, Hank Aaron becomes the 9th player to get 3,000 hits. Only 8 players before him and 24 players in the 53 years since, with the last being Miguel Cabrera on April 23rd of 2022 with a single off Antonio Senzatella. 3 players in history have homered for their 3,000th hit, and all with ties to the Yankees: Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, and Wade Boggs. Jeter and Rodriguez homered in the Yankee uniform for number 3,000, while Wade Boggs' 3,000 hit came as a Ray. The active player in Major League Baseball who is closest to 3,000 hits is Joey Votto, who still likely is 8 to 10 years away, sitting at 2,093 hits. In 1973, Angels outfielder Bobby Valentine breaks his leg trying to scale a wall to prevent a Dick Green home run during a 5-4 loss to the A's. And also on that same day in 1973, Joe Ferguson hits the 6,000th Dodger home run. In 1978, Los Angeles Dodgers Lee Lacy hits a record third consecutive pinch hit home run. On this date, 1979, the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Chicago Cubs 23-22. 50 hits and 11 home runs in that ball game. In 1992, Montreal Expos catcher Gary Carter is the third catcher in history to catch 2,000 games. He joins Bob Boone and Carlton Fisk. In 1998, New York Yankee pitcher David Wells tosses a perfect game with a 4-0 win over the Minnesota Twins at Yankee Stadium. Page 2.
The qualities in a truck that are most important are reliability, just really great function.
Having a truck is pretty much a necessity to getting to most of these locations. Oftentimes it's narrow, steep, loose, rough, rocky roads.
Having a truck is essential to every part of what we do, from picking up material for the home to delivering the home.
Always carrying something, pulling something.
It's something that we use every single day here.
Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Right now, as I'm recording this, is 59 degrees here on May the 17th. Today's birthdays: 1903, Cool Papa Bell, who lived to be 88 years old, died in 1991, American Baseball Hall of Fame center fielder, played in the Negro League World Series 1943-1944 with the Homestead Gray. He's an 8-time Negro League All-Star, career batting average of .337. Was born on this date in Starkville, Mississippi in 1903. In 1934, NFL quarterback Earl Morrall was born. In 1956, Sugar Ray Leonard. 1966, Danny Manning. 1968, Chiefs offensive lineman Tim Grunhard. And in 1995, Matt Ryan. And now page 2. As we look at the spring softball games, they're in the quarterfinals. In Class 1 yesterday, Valley Catholic defeats Risco 3-2. They move on to the Final Four, where they will play Ellington. Ellington with a 13-3 win over Ellington. Also in Class 1 at the bottom of that bracket, Concordia shuts out Sweet Springs 12-0. Miller and Jasper will actually play today at 4 o'clock. Their game postponed because of rain. The winner of that will play Concordia on May the 22nd at 11 a.m. Valley Catholic and Ellington will also play in that Class 1 semifinal at 11 a.m. In Class 2, West County defeats Malden 13-3. They move on. They'll play the winner of Houston and Ava, that game being played today in Houston, Missouri. The bottom of that bracket, advancing to the Final Four, the Mount Vernon Mountaineers proved 35-1 as they defeat Sparta 13-3, and they await the winner of Fairgrove and Warsaw, which will be played today at 5 p.m. Elsewhere in soccer in the postseason, in Class 1, soccer scores from yesterday. Class 1 District 2, Maplewood defeats Cardinal Ritter 1-0. It was Metro 5-0 over Brentwood. Lakeway defeats Fairgrove 8-0. Macaulay Catholic over Greenwood 2-0. Lutheran out of Kansas City over Knob Noster, 8-0. Barstow defeats Lone Jack 4-1. Bishop LeBlanc shuts out Cristo Rey 8-0. And Mid Buchanan shuts out Guadalupe Center's Charter 5-0. In Class 2 soccer districts, elsewhere yesterday, Clayton shuts out Stam Academy 8-0. St. Charles over University City 9-1. Logan Rogersville proves to 18-6 as they defeat Osage 2-0. Westminster Christian Academy 9-3 over Sullivan. And Clinton defeats Marshfield 4-1. In Class 3 soccer from yesterday, John Burroughs, these are district scores. John Burroughs over Rosati Kane 8-0. Incarnate Word shuts out MICDS 1-0. Was Fort Zumwalt blanking North Point 6-love. Fort Zumwalt moves on with a 4-1 victory over Parkway North. Springfield Catholic defeats Hillcrest 8-0. Branson over West Plains 1-0. Notre Dame to Cyan shuts out Belton 1-0. And St. Michael the Archangel in Class 3 District 7 defeats Carl Junction 3-1. Class 4 soccer districts from yesterday. Jackson defeats Seckman 2-1. Nearings Hall over Pattonville 4-love. Oakville defeats Notre Dame Cape 3-0. St. Joseph's Academy over Kirkwood 3-0. Francis Howe shuts out Dominic 1-0. Liberty blanks Francis Howe 3-0. Marquette 1-love over Parkway South. Lafayette Wildwood 4-1 over Eureka. Kickapoo blanks Carthage 8-0. Nixa shuts out Ozark 4-0. Lee Summit over Lee Summit West 2-love. St. Teresa's Academy 2-1 over Lee Summit North. And Liberty North and Park Hill, don't have a final for. Liberty North undefeated on the season. Park Hill South defeats Liberty 2-1. On the docket today, there'll be 24 soccer matches today in districts. Saxony Lutheran takes on Kelly. Collegiate School of Meadow Bioscience takes on Gateway Science Charter. Maplewood Richmond Heights takes on Metro. It'll be Villa Duchesne and Canton. Lutheran St. Charles and Ellsbury. Crocker matches up with St. Francis Borgia. Father Tolton and Fatima. Lakeway will take on Macaulay Catholic. Perryville will face St. Pius X out of Festus. Duchesne will take on Orchard Farm. Pleasant Hill and Harrisonville. Logan faces Clinton in that Class 2 District 5 championship. Elias Catholic in semifinals will take on Moberly. Marshall will take on Southern Boone. St. Pius X out of Kansas City takes on Excelsior Springs. Again, these are girls soccer district schedule for today. Maryville will face Benton. St. Vincent will face Cape Girardeau Central. Notre Dame takes on Windsor. Union will face Washington. Glendale will face Willard. Springfield Catholic versus Branson. Smithville versus Pembroke Hill. Green Valley versus Smith Cotton. And Blue Springs South takes on Rockbridge. In baseball, 91 games took place yesterday as they are in districts as well. We'll start off here in Class 1. Class 1 District 1 championship game. Cooter shuts out Risco 2-0. Class 1 District 2 championship game. Orrin 4-0 over Bell City. In the semifinal in District 4, all of these will be Class 1. Greenwood defeats Norwood 9-6. Dora over Koshkonong 2-1. In the Class 1 District 6, Liberal defeats Walnut Grove, Lockwood 15-0. Lockwood over Dayville 11-4. Walnut Grove defeats Braunau 7-6 in that quarterfinal game before being defeated by Liberal. Wablo shuts out Lakeland 1-0. And the rest of these games here in Class 1, Northland Christian over Santa Fe 4-1. Wellington Napoleon over Bramer 3-2. Community in the Class 1 District 12 championship, Community R6, the 2 seed, defeats Northeast Cairo 3-0. Class 1 District 4 championship, Green City 1-0 over Princeton. In the Class 1 District 15 semifinals, St. Joe Christian 6-4 over Pattonsburg. And Gilman City over Osborne 7-2. South Nottoway shuts out Nottoway Holt 10-0. And then the District 16 semifinal, was Rockport over South Holt, 3-2. In Class 2 baseball from yesterday, Bernie defeats Neelyville, 8-2. Greenville over Alton, 8-0. East Carter over Van Buren, 8-7. Harrisburg defeats Westran, 4-3. Eugene over Vienna, 3-1. Russellville defeats New Bloomfield, 2-0. Marionville defeats New Covenant Academy, 11-0. So the 4 seed in the Marionville Comets win the district. And elsewhere in Class 1, Ash Grove in a district championship, a district semifinal, defeats Pierce City 15-5. And Morrisville defeats Miller 8-3. And Ash Grove is your district champion as they defeat Marion C. Early 10-2. Windsor over Drexel 12-0. Lincoln defeats Archie 10-6. Crestridge over Concordia 15-9. Tipton defeats St. Paul Lutheran 5-2. North Platte over Polo 7-2. And Plattsburgh defeats West Platte 7-2 as well. Moving on into Class 3 district action. East Prairie over Kelly 3-2. Scott City defeats Woodland 8-0. Valley Catholic 15-0 over Arcadia Valley. West County defeats Jefferson Festus 14-4. St. Pius X over Festus 7-1. Valley Park defeats Hancock 5-2. South Callaway defeats Herman 4-2. Clever over Spartan 3. Forsyth defeats Stratford 10-6. Sarcoxie over Diamond 8-3. Skyline defeats Pleasant Hope 6-3. Stockton over Fairgrove 7-6. Butler defeats Sherwood 7-6. Colcamp over Stover 6-2. Lathrop defeats Lawson 5-1. East Buchanan over Lafayette County 1-0. South Harrison defeats Mid Buchanan 5-3. And Tri-County with Gallatin 10-3 over Brookfield in Class 3. Class 4 baseball districts from yesterday. Potosi defeats Central Park Hills 10-8. Mexico over Hallsville 6-1. Macon defeats Kirksville 4-3. Fulton over Fatima 1-0. Logan Rogersville defeats Hollister 10-4. Springfield Catholic over Mount Grove 5-1. Monette defeats Cassville 2-1. Seneca over Mount Vernon 2-1. Marshall defeats Odessa 7-3. Boonville over Oak Grove 5-0. And Summit Christian shuts out Southeast 18-0. And University Academy Charter 7-2 over Center High School. Class 5 district baseball, Clayton defeats Riverview Gardens 16-0. McClure North over Soldan 18-3. Willard defeats Parkview 11-1. Branson over West Plains 4-3. Camdenton shuts out Hillcrest 4-0. Glendale defeats Marshfield 6-1. McDonald County over Ruskin 15-0. Warrensburg defeats Carl Junction 4-2. Webb City shuts out Grandview 13-0. And Belton defeats Bolivar 6-1. Class 6 district baseball, Fort Zumwalt West over Battle 7-3. Timberland defeats Francis Howell Central 1-0. Francis Howell over Fort Zumwalt North 7-2. Liberty Wentzville 4-1 over East Buchanan. Republic defeats Carthage 10-0. Kickapoo over Neosho 4-2. Nixa 14-1 over Springfield Central. And Ozark defeats Joplin 7-1. Elsewhere in Class 6 district baseball, Liberty North shuts out North Kansas City 12-0. Oak Park over Park Hill South 12-1. Liberty defeats St. Joe Central 10-0. And Staley over Park Hill 5-4. In golf action, state championship boys golf state results in Class 1. Your team champion is Salisbury, 675. Gallatin finishes second, 699, and Macaulay Catholic in third, 732. Lynn finishes fourth, followed by Lockwood, Marceline, and St. Vincent as they tie. Marceline and St. Vincent tie for 6. Individual results, your state champion in Class 1 boys golf is Asher Rust of Ash Grove, shot a 149, 3 shots ahead of Luke Jenkins from Sacred Heart. Class 2 state golf results, your team champion is Summit Christian Academy at 630. Second place is California. Springfield Catholic finishes third. Colcamp in fourth. Lutheran St. Charles finishes fifth. Herman in 6th. Willow Springs finishes 7th, and St. Pius X, Festus High School, finishes 8th. Your individual champion is Peyton Smith of Summit Christian Academy with a 142, a stroke better than California's William Stephen Boyd. Class 3, your state champion is Bishop LeBlond. Finishing in 2nd place is Logan Rogersville. 3rd is Eldon. 4th is Blair Oaks. Barstow finishes 5th. Hallsville in 6th place. Dexter, and then St. James in 8th. Your individual champion is Timothy Johnston of Bishop LeBlond with a 145, 2 strokes better than Jackson Bailey of Monette. Class 4 state boys golf results. Your team champion is Pembroke Hill, followed by Rolla, Rockwood Summit, Glendale, Ladue, Grain Valley, Parkway West, and rounding out at number 8 is Fort Zumwalt South. Your team champion, our individual champion, is Jonathan Jordan of Rolla, finishing at 140, 2 strokes better than Jack Spencer of Carl Junction. Your Class 5 team champion is Chaminade, followed by Rockhurst, Helias, CBC, Marquette, Nixa, Liberty North, DeSmet, and Park Hill South. Your individual champion from Chaminade College Prep with a score 142, 3-way tie for first at 142 with Bubba Chapman of Chaminade, Jack Cobb of Rockhurst, and Caden Mickelson of Liberty North. Just 1 stroke better, finishing in 4th, tied for 4th, Logan Forrester of Eureka and Harry Satterley of Joplin. That rounds out your high school updates here for today, May the 17th. And we'll be back after these messages.
Leave banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Enjoy a fresh start to your meal at Pizza Ranch, where the salad bar is always included with your buffet. Every day you'll find garden fresh greens, colorful veggies, and sides for every appetite. It's the most refreshing way to balance out a meal while leaving plenty of room for your other buffet favorites. Convenient, fast, and fresh. It's the Pizza Ranch Salad Bar. Mmm.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a time like this, in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's a lot better now.
It was like a huge weight lifted.
Welcome back to the morning update here at the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. San Diego, Salvador Perez had a 2-run double in Kansas City's 5-run second inning. Brady Singer pitched 6 solid innings, and the Royals beat the San Diego Padres 5-4 last night to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Royals jumped on the starter, Seth Lugo, who's 3-3 now in the second inning, with Bobby Witt Jr., Nate Eaton, and Matt Duffy all driving in runs, along with Salvador Perez base-clearing double. Lugo gave up 5 runs on 4 hits in 2 innings, and the Padres have lost 8 of their last 10. Singer, who's 3-4, lasted 6 innings, giving up 7 hits and 4 runs, 2 of which were unearned. Scott Barlow got his 5th save, pitching a scoreless 9th inning. San Diego continues to struggle offensively and had 2 runners picked off first base in the game. The Royals, they make a move as they right-handed pitcher Max Castillo was optioned to AAA Omaha, and right-handed pitcher Jackson Coar was called up from Omaha. Coar had a 7.84 ERA in 20 2/3 innings coming out of Omaha's bullpen this season. Up next, Padres right-handed pitcher Yu Darvish gets the start to close out the 3-game series for San Diego. In St. Louis, Nolan Arenado homered again. It's his 5th straight game that he's homered, but it was a 3-2 loss to Milwaukee last night. Joey Wiemer and Brian Anderson homered for the Brewers. Milwaukee starter Wade Miley came out in the 2nd inning after giving up that home run. Just threw 22 pitches. Miley pitched just 9 games last season when he was with the Chicago Cubs and endured shoulder and elbow injuries. Brewers manager Craig Counsell said Miley will be sent to Milwaukee on Wednesday. St. Louis starter Jordan Montgomery is now 2-6, but he pitched 5 1/3, allowing 3 runs on 8 hits with a walk and 7 strikeouts. He is 0-6 in 7 starts since winning at Milwaukee back on April the 8th. St. Louis manager Oliver Marmol noted the switch to the bullpen game by Milwaukee last night changed things. Arenado led off the 2nd with a homer. Miley's fastball to left field seats. Arenado had not homered in 5 straight games since a career best 6-game streak from September 1st to September of 2015. Arenado has 999 RBIs in 1,424 games and could join Hall of Famers Eddie Matthews and Chipper Jones as the only players since 1920 who were primarily third basemen to hit 300 home runs with 1,000 RBIs before they played in 1,500 games. An RBI single by Brendan Donovan in the 4th gave St. Louis the 2-1 lead. The Brewers got the run back in the 5th on a 1-out solo home run by Wiemer. Milwaukee then loaded the bases on 2 singles at 1 overturned call at first base and a walk by Montgomery, but they did escape the jam. Up next, the Brewers today will throw Corbin Burns, who's 4-2 and a 3.35 ERA and has just allowed 7 earned runs over his last 6 starts. He's 3-2 with a 1.82 ERA in 9 career games, including 6 starts at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals have finally called up Matthew Liberatore, and he will be in to start against the Brewers today and make his season debut. He was 4-1 with a 3.13 ERA at Memphis. The Cardinals were scheduled to pitch Adam Wainwright, but they go to Liberatore. You have been watching the Missouri Sports Network here on Morning Update, May the 7th. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And as always, keep it right here at the Missouri Sports Network.